winded when it's cold out.
Oh, I
You?
know.
Oh, you're videotaping.
I was videotaping. So I can remember that, yes, I can do it too.
Yes, you too can have a nice horse.
He looks good.
Well, he feels good. Pay attention. Good boy. Good boy.
It's weird how the snow comes in the door.
Huh?
It's weird to see the snow coming right in the door.
Oh, yeah. How was your skiing?
I didn't go, I got chicken.
You suck.
I know. Well, it was heavy that day. And I thought, I'm gonna break something.
Well, yeah.
I gotta wait till it gets colder.
And you love the floating?
Uh-huh. So how does he feel?
He feels great.
See, when you're riding him, he doesn't look huge. I mean, he doesn't look like he feels to me. He feels like I'm going way up there.
Oh, is that funny?
Yeah.
You'd shit if I put you on Wally.
He probably would.
No, well, no, forget that. Forget that question. Okay, so, very little balance in the canter, right?
Right. Especially in a small area like this.
Right, sure. Good boy.
He tries.
So, that's very hard for him
Mm-hmm.
because I'm making him canter correctly. Right?
Right.
And so he's like, oh my God, that's really hard. And so, the lunging with the tack on
Mm-hmm.
is really, really good for him because it warms up his back.
Okay.
Because if you think about it, he doesn't have really, really strong back muscles because he
Oh,
doesn't use
no.
them.
Not at all.
Right, so, that's gotta be like, whoo, if you're riding him and trying to canter him, it's gotta feel like very, very out of control, which it's not, it's just his lack of balance.
Yeah, it's like he gives it to you and that he just can't hold it and then he
No.
gives up.
He definitely cannot hold it.
Yeah.
And so, and I'm totally cool with that. I'm totally into, like you should see what I do with my horses in the spring. We get to the point where we are, trotting 8 miles, cantering 4.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Like I get them super, super fit, and they're not allowed to just canter flat. They're collected and they're working, but we build up to it.
Well, that's why, it's great to be able to ride him along with the driving. It's important
Sure.
because I don't care what anyone says, you just can't get the same movement out of just driving all the time.
Oh, no. I know, are you a little tired? Do not push me into that. And I do very little sit trot
Uh-huh.
I try and do a little bit, but I have a herniated disc,
Yeah.
so I have to be really careful. And so now he's being a little bit resistant. And I think he's like, okay.
He's anticipating what's coming up.
Well, yeah. And he's like, all right, I'm tired. Number one. And now you're going to ask me to go the way I don't like to go.
Right. And the only way I've been able to get him to pick this up is to throw him off balance, pulling him to the left.
It's really kind of unfair.
It is unfair. But it's like either he picks up the wrong lead or he does a cross canter. But once he's got it, he's like, all right, fine. Once you don't give up, he's like, okay, fine, I'll do it for you. But it's hard for him to hold. It's a good thing he's got a very comfortable canter.
Hope you don't have that on video. That was hideous.
Well, I do because I want to see, because I know you're going to be able to correct it, and I want to see what you do. I won't show anybody, I promise. But it's a big problem for me.
Oh, yeah.
I don't imagine it'll be a problem. Well, happily, this was a non-event.
Yes.
Nice to see salivating at the bit there. And
Oh, yeah, he is.
Did you give him sugar?
No.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah, no.
Awesome. When he came, he just had a regular, stainless bit, and his mouth was dry. But this one has a copper
yeah, I
bean.
saw it in the middle. And it's, whatever it's called. He is happy. Well, this was fun. Maybe I'll see you later there, Viv. Maybe I won't.
Yeah.
Good job, Debbie. Looks good. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he just needs, like, you saw his canter. I was telling Carol his canter's very unbalanced.
Yeah.
It's because he's not strong. And I can't even get him to pick up the right lead.
Oh, I wondered about that when I saw you going to the left. But
Yeah.
What do you think about that bit in his mouth? Do you think it's okay?
I think it's okay. I almost feel like you could put less in his mouth, to be honest.
Less than that, really?
Okay, Carol,
Wow.
I'm going to see you tomorrow at the store. We're going to find you a saddle.
Excellent.
I'll be there 10 to 3.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
See you tomorrow.
All right.
stop videoing or I'll wreck the camera.
Oh, you didn't wreck it. It's still working.
Say
Nice
what?
to watch you, Viv. Did you get a good look at his body?
He's pretty wide.
Yeah, I think he probably needs at least a medium, if not a medium wide.
Most of them are.
Oh, can she try it?
Oh, yeah, she can bring them and try them.
That's awesome.
Which is really cool.
And then if you don't like it, you just bring it back and we'll find another one.
Oh, that's super awesome.
Yeah.
So tomorrow when I get to work, I'll start looking.
Awesome.
I'll pull some out for you.
Just no close contacts. I'll fall off.
Nope, we'll give you all.
Like Stuben Siegfried.
Yeah.
We have some of those.
Or Roxanne or
Yeah,
a
Roxanne, that's really nice.
or a Vega is nice too.
Some out for you.
Ah, very good, very good. All
Mary.
right, ladies.
Yeah.
Cheerio.
Happy New Year. Toddy, hope to see you later.
Yeah, I might see you later. We'll see.
Yeah. So I almost don't want to try and keep forcing the right lead issue, to be honest with you.
Really?
Really?
Okay.
Maybe if you want me to ride him again sometime, I'll start with right lead.
Okay.
Just remind me. Do you know what I mean? Because, so this is what he did. He had a very successful day. We lunged with tack, okay, which that in itself is somewhat new.
Right.
And I spiral in, spiral out, spiral in, spiral out. And that was hard on him.
That's hard.
Especially going to the right.
Yes.
Okay. And every time that he gave me his jaw, I let him spiral out.
Okay.
And he had to spiral back in, give me his jaw. So that was a lot. He rode beautifully to
He
the
did.
left. To the left was beautiful. The left lead canter, unbalanced just because he's weak.
Mm-hmm.
And then, hi, bud. And then to the right, I think he's the horse. Okay.
Is he looking for something?
Well, no, he's itching his
Oh.
tongue. He, to the right, I think he's that horse that needs to start working to the right. And I'm so used to starting to the left because the left is where Wally has a hitch. So
Okay.
I do a lot more work to the left.
Okay.
So I would say, go to the right a lot more. And did you see how I did tons of circles and change of direction?
Yeah, you kept
And
his mind on stuff and, yeah.
And that's where, and the thing is, a lot of people are like, bend, bend. You know what? Just gently ask him to bend. You
Right.
know what? Just little bending from here. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Some people get on horses and they just are like, come on, bend. And that's like us, touching our toes.
Well, and
We haven't.
it's like you can't take his neck and he'll touch his butt,
Absolutely.
but that doesn't mean everything in between is bending.
That's right. He needs to bend here.
Yeah.
At the girth.
Yeah.
You need to bend at the girth. He goes, that doesn't feel good. And that's
Yeah.
because he's, from here to here, he's pretty weak.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, you can see it when you take the saddle off. He's
that's
like,
because he's never had to
yeah.
use anything. Oh, it's a good boy. Are you staring at yourself in the window?
Yes,
Are
he
you
is.
staring at yourself?
Uh-huh.
So if he was mine, I wanted to ride this horse, I would lunge him the way I lunged him every day with tack, side reins. Don't loosen the side reins. Keep the reins on. Tuck them under the stirrups. And circle in, or spiral in, spiral out, spiral in, spiral out, and let him out when he gives. The second he gives, if he just gives for ooh, let him out.
Okay.
And then ride him, and always start going to
To the right.
the right. Start him to the right.
Okay.
Uh-huh. And I tried to do a little bit of haunches in with him, and with driving horses, they're all one piece. With
Right.
riding horses, you need to be able to move their shoulders
Right.
and move their hind ends. And he can't do that independent. He can't move his hind end, not independently.
Right.
You could force him to do it. But who wants to do that? I see, I'm not like that.
Yeah.
I'm
I was
not-
trying to do a little bit of shoulder in with him, just for a few, and then I let him go.
Yeah.
And he'll do it. He'll do it.
Even if it's just a little bit.
Yeah.
And so what I did with your tack is I took your bit up 2 holes
Okay.
and raised the reins and loosened the curb.
Raise the reins.
Yeah.
You
because
in your hands?
When you rode him, I think you had it on the second or the third hole.
No, I didn't.
Circle. I think you did. I thought you did.
No, I think I would have had it in a second. You sure?
Well, I just remember saying to myself, that's a lot of bit. But maybe I was wrong. Anyway, and the
Okay.
reins weren't on this, so I put it on the second hole, and I only put it on the second hole just because I feel confident that he could be ridden on the snaffle, which
Well,
is the big hole.
and when I've been lunging him, I've definitely been putting it on just the snaffle.
You have, okay.
And that's why I was thinking when I rode him, I had it on the middle.
Maybe you did. I might have been wrong. And I didn't know what to do with the rest of that nose band. I took my glasses off so I couldn't see, so I'm like, oh, well, I'm just going to leave it hanging.
I got to cut that off. Yeah, and then plus,
Look how nice he stands.
yeah,
Are you a good boy?
he's a good boy. He does
So-
good boy things.
Do you have your helmet?
Yeah.
So why don't you get your helmet and just sit in this tack?
Okay.
If you like this.
All right. I'll do that.
You know, I mean, the saddle was made for me, but you might feel a little bit more secure